Greetings and salutations, you guys. This is Malik's moment number 5. And I have today with me a person who doesn't need any introduction because you all know who she is. Mother Milagio, Ken, Emily, Candice. Any other names we don't know about?
No.
So those are the
most important ones.
Ken,
you got it.
Emily,
right,
and Candice.
So you want me to be in Camo or MMO?
Just be,
Emily,
just be all of them.
A little bit at a time.
Just.
Okay.
You know what you can do? Whichever person is appropriate for the question, you bring them out.
Okay.
Now, Ken has given me free reign to ask her whatever I want to ask her, and I am going to ask her whatever the fuck I want to ask her, because this is my moment and her moment. So, Ken, what got you to dance?
What got me into dancing? I can honestly give all credentials, credit, anything you want, however you want to call it. I can give it all to Weedy and my best friend Kevin Wood. So I want to give a shout out to those two people. Okay. They really inspired me to dance. They both trained me.
Okay.
So they really inspired me. It started in middle school. When I started dancing, I was a flag girl in middle school. I played an instrument too. Okay. But yeah, they really inspired me. So
those two,
yeah.
and another one question: who trained you? Because I know that was a big thing, a big controversy about who trained you and this and that or whatever. So credit goes to Woo and Weedy.
Woo trained me.
Okay.
For the record, Woo trained me, Kelvin Wooten.
Okay.
And Weedy was also the person to come back and actually, do the extra critique and, to actually give me that. That sickening form.
Okay.
So yeah, those two.
And so how long have you been dancing? Since middle school, right?
Yeah, I've been dancing. I started dancing, officially in a club. It started at Hollywood Palace, so that was 2002, 2003, somewhere in there. But I wasn't really, dancing full out like I am now. But,
right.
Yeah, I started dancing, so if this 2012, it's been 10 years.
So you're legendary.
I would consider myself legendary.
Yeah, you are legendary. So do you think that you need to humble yourself?
Do I think I need to humble myself?
Yeah. I
honestly feel that I only need to humble myself to those that are important to me. I don't know how, people would take that or, how they should, how they would. But I humble myself to those in which I feel...
Deserve it?
Yeah, deserve it.
Okay.
I don't just go around, with an ego, big head
right.
or, all this and all that. But... if it's somebody that comes up to me and I really feel as if I don't owe them an explanation or I don't owe them a battle, then I don't waste my time.
You pay it?
Yes, I pay it because I don't have to. But yeah, I humble myself to those who I feel I need to humble myself to.
So who founded Toxic?
Who founded Toxic? Actually, Weedy is the original founder of Toxic.
Okay.
But I was the first person to actually come out and dance as Toxic. So I'm the actual person who actually came out and put the members to the name. Put the structure to the name, built the squad. That's me.
Okay.
Yeah,
so we could say Weedy is like the Anthony Davis of Toxic.
Yeah,
in a sense.
Weedy is like Weedy came up with the name maybe a year and a half before I even decided. Well, Weedy came up with the name before I moved here.
Okay. And
they were supposed to start Toxic, but they never started the squad. So when I came here, I wasn't dancing on a team. I tried to dance on Vintage Heat or Ecstasy Reloaded at the time. I did go to practice and
So what happened with that?
I did my mama with that. I started practicing with them and I will honestly be honest with everyone.
Okay.
And I'll let you know what happened.
Okay.
I went to practice and I started practicing with them. The material and everything as a unit, we did really well. Me, Dontavius, Craig, Orion, Derek, Reese. It was 7 crafts, a whole lot of people. But at this one point, I can honestly say that it was Al that made me stop dancing. Because at that point, I just didn't see me and Al dancing on a team together because I felt as if we was on a clash. So I stopped going to practice.
So, I guess, what's the reason that you thought y'all were going to clash? Were y'all
reasons why we was on clash?
Yeah.
Because I know that Al is headstrong and I'm headstrong.
Okay.
And I just really didn't see myself submitted to him.
Okay.
And I just feel I see myself as a superior.
Right. At that time, he was captain or co-captain?
Oh no, Al was never captain or co-captain, and they was in the process of actually debating to see who was actually going to be the captain.
Okay,
but I was offered the position.
Okay, and so it's been said that Toxic sometimes has remixed EOD material or has used EOD material.
Okay, I can honestly vouch and say that in the beginning, Toxic did start out using EOD's material, being that EOD was the base founding squad.
Okay.
So I can't say that EOD is the base founding squad for Toxic, in which when we first came out, we were using EOD's material. As of today, we do not do EOD's material. The only count that you may see that we do that EODs or that came from EOD is Riverdance, in which we do the count with the Riverdance in it.
Right.
That's the only count that you would see that came from EOD. Everything else is highly original, and I take my time to make it up. Darius, Kitty, and whoever else has came to the unit.
Okay. Speak on Toxic being a one-man squad. When you hear that comment, what does that mean to you?
Toxic being a one-man squad. A lot of people think that the reason why Toxic has the name that it has, or why Toxic is where it is because they think that I'm the one that carries the squad. Right. Like when we come to a battle, they think that the reason why we actually last in the battle, or the reason why we actually come out there and we're able to battle anybody who we face is because of me. Right. They think that I hold the team together in a battle, in which I will honestly say that I think that I do hold the team together, but I know that at the same time I've trained these girls that are dancing behind me, so I know what they're capable of, and I know they're going to back me up. Right. When you do come in. Right. When I do come in and I sing it back, they get it. And they're going to catch it and they're going to dance it. They're going to catch it and they're going to dance it. Okay. So Toxic is not a one-man squad. Toxic is not a one-man unit. Toxic despite what the girls may say. Right. At this current time, Toxic is a three-man unit. And it's a three-man unit for a reason, because a lot of girls come to the team and they can't take it, so they quit. Who? I mean, it's been a lot of people that have come to the team and just paid it. So I just really can't. Okay. I won't really go into details about names and stuff because the list can go long, and I know that we don't have that much time. Right. So you guys are a competitive squad outside of the battles on the club, and you guys have done really, really well. For yourself. You guys have competed in every competition that there has been. Do you think maybe some of the competitions you guys have done have ever been rigged for Toxic not to win, or you guys have ever been slighted? Yes, I honestly do think that some competitions have been rigged so that we wouldn't win. I don't want to say in particular because I don't want to start any drama or anything. But I know that there is one particular competition that was rigged for a reason, so that the community and the society wouldn't go against the competition. Okay. So in order to keep the competition going, this was, this had to happen. Yes, this had to happen. Okay. So we had to get second place, in which I had no problem with it. So when it comes to the competitions and the squad members, you did feel like you were slighted in some of those situations, right? To a certain extent. In some of those situations, yes. Like on one of the, I can expound on one of the competitions. Okay. In a little detail, the one in Alabama. The Christmas competition. The Holiday Classic. Okay. The Holiday Classic competition in Alabama. I was pretty pleased with the whole second place thing. I was fine with it. I was content with it. After going back and reviewing the videos, I saw that there were a few errors. Every squad had their errors and every squad had their mishaps. Okay. But at the same time, I think that overall, in every competition, everyone knows that Toxic is consistent in every category, in every competition. Okay. But I think we did have a few major. We had about 1 or 2 major mishaps in the field show. Okay. They probably throw it off, with the judges. Okay. But as far as that, it was all fine. It was all dead. Just Blaze won the competition, and that was that. Okay. So that was one of the competitions that I didn't really see it for it. Who gives you your most competition? Who gives us our most competition? Like in the competition? Battle, competition in the club, part. Honestly, like this squad, like you be okay. Kitty Deers about to get ready because these girls, they about to come for us, and I'm gonna come for them right back. So y'all gotta be on it. So I think you're pretty much basically asking a squad that just really makes us work going to our competition. Like bitch, you have to dig deep into your book. Detroit is a very, very, very competitive, a very competitive unit also. For many years I've seen Detroit So I always know what to expect when I see Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell Kitty and Darius, whoever dancing at the time,
right.
that, okay, this is what we got to do. Detroit is going to come.
Okay.
I already know that by Detroit having a name, they're going to expect Detroit to do this. They're going to expect Detroit to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I know what we're strong in. I know what they're strong in. And everybody knows that I sit back and I study every squad. I know what every squad do. I know every squad's weakness. Mm-hmm. I know every squad's strong point. So that's what I do. I sit down and I really evaluate it. But Detroit is one of those squads that really make me sit down and go into my competition with. Like, I have to go into full competition mode with those guys.
You haven't been shy or quiet about, your opinions about the Meet Me on the Floor panel and I guess the changes that have been that have been made to the group and I guess to the foundation, starting a foundation of Meet Me on the Floor and, the organization of what, Flash and the executive board are starting. What are your thoughts on that?
My personal thoughts on the whole panel thing,
right,
on the floor.
Right.
I actually feel, as I stated in the group,
right,
I just didn't understand how a group of individuals were going to govern a whole group of grown men in the club dancing, mm-hmm. in which we all in the club going crazy. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, so I understand that we were supposed to get membership badges or whatever the situation is. Mm-hmm. We're going to get membership badges, so do I supposed to walk in the battle? Do I march in the club and show my badge to get in the battle? Or do I'm like really being honest.
I believe you.
Do I march in the club and do I show my badge, when I march in so I can get in the circle? Or do I let them know, do I sign a sheet, when I get to the door at the front of, the club?
Right.
These are things that I need to know. I understand, like Flash, I love Flash to death. Everybody knows that Flash is my twin. Mm-hmm. That is my best friend. No shade. But I'm trying to be the one, to like really understand what's going on with this whole panel thing.
Okay.
But at the same time, I feel like some of the other people that have actually asked me what's going on, mm-hmm. we're like blindsided. Like we get so much information, but then we're trying to figure out like, well, what's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of that? But I mean, with the whole panel thing, even when it was like you not on the panel, I'm sitting to myself thinking like, I don't have to be on the panel.
Right.
I don't care about being on the panel.
Right.
To be honest, my team don't even have to be on me on the floor.
Okay.
Like we could be we'll be like Tennessee State and we'll be in the independent conference. So that's just how I feel about that whole situation. So I mean, as far as the panel, I support the panel.
Okay.
I would like to see the panel, go far. I want to see the panel do things as far as promote events that will help bring the community together, in which that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm just sitting back, patiently waiting, to see how everything's gonna fall through and everything.
Do you think it's too much? Like maybe all the group rules, like if you're in the group reading or whatever the case may be, you'll get put out the group or some type of demerit. Like, do you think that's too much, or do you think it's okay?
I mean, my opinion is my opinion.
Okay.
To a certain degree, I do feel as if it's too much, mm-hmm. but looking at a lot of stuff that goes on in the group, mm-hmm. I do feel like the panel would be necessary in order to govern those
monitor
things that goes on, because some people they start arguing or whatever and it goes on and it gets too serious.
Right.
So then you do need someone to step in, delete this person from the group,
right,
or suspend them from the group. I know there's somebody come and tell me that, oh girl, you was going off in the group yesterday, so we better suspend you for a week. I'm not gonna really care.
Right.
So I know a lot of people gonna feel that way.
Right.
But I mean, it's based off of everybody's opinion.
Okay. And so, what are some of Ken's do's and don'ts of J setting?
My do's and don'ts of J setting,
or dolling, or stinging, or whatever you do, or prancing. Okay.
Do's. And I start with the do's since that's the easy part.
Okay.
Everyone knows that I'm really big on form and precision. Mm-hmm. So I love to see a team that's, really putting forth a lot of effort and practicing and, trying to look like one, mm-hmm. trying to really be a unit, trying to maintain a squad, mm-hmm. that's going to be, just coming out to actually battle and things. Mm-hmm. I'm all for, squads going out doing this together, doing that together, and going out in the club and having friendly battles, like when I called out J5 and had to cheat on the floor, When we had our battle, everything was fine. We battled down that night. Everybody had fun. That was that. I like to see stuff like that. I think, Another thing, another do in J setting I like is, or I would say is a do for me. Like uniforms and stuff, I'm really not big on that, but I do like to see other squads' uniforms and their creative ideas.
Mm-hmm.
That's something else that I'm big on. As far as don'ts, there are a lot of don'ts.
Give me
lots and lots of don'ts. Like one night I was in Chaparral.
Okay. Okay. Just say move on. Next question, because I already know what you're about to say.
Okay.
Girl, I'm not playing with you. I'm not. What is it?
So,
what you see?
One night in Chaparral, I was dancing.
Okay.
And I mean, no shade. There was the olives on the wall, and they was lined up.
They were lined up.
Some slippers.
Okay.
Like they had glitter and everything on them, like shiny Dorothy slippers lined up against the wall. And I'm like, are these girls who here dancing with their feet? Like, do they really put their shoes on the wall? Not reading anybody or anything. This just on my mama. Hold on, your hands caught me.
Okay.
Hello. I'm in the middle of an interview with me. I'm in Kitty House. I'm not back in a minute. But yeah, that's just one don't.
That's a don't.
You should, if you,
so,
I think all squads should invest in jazz shoes, slippers, character heels, lyrical sandals, foot paws,
right,
anything like that, Nancy boots,
right.
But those slippers from the dollar store don't work. Like, that's just a Jay said don't. I really want every squad to look nice, and being that I dance and represent Atlanta as well, I want all Atlanta squads to be the same way.
Okay.
Another Jay said don't is I don't like to see people in a battle actually physically touching each other. If you dancing, there's no reason why you should touch each other.
Well, can I see you do that before?
But no, you haven't seen me do that before. You probably seen me run into someone or something because it was in my way.
Okay.
But I have enough control, and out of 10 whole years, I've never danced to hit anybody.
Okay. Intentionally.
Right.
Okay. So what happens? So what happens if you're battling and me, for example, I get in front of you and I'm about to my count, but then we end up throwing, starting to cut at the same time. Do you keep going or do you stop?
Oh, I keep going because you're gonna stop.
But I don't stop. I say what?
But you're,
in my mind, I say I know Ken not gonna stop, but I'm gonna keep going because I'm gonna show her that she not about to run all over me.
Yeah, and then in my mind, I continue to tell myself that she gonna stop because I'm gonna go on the other side of you and make sure that my team come in and I'm gonna pull my team out so we can overpower you. And I'll make sure that we dance, and then guess what? You're gonna stop.
And I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, you're gonna stop the second time.
Okay.
You're gonna do your count one time.
I've seen that before.
Right.
Okay.
It's a strategy.
Oh my God. So let's just say there's a squad that you don't necessarily see. You don't have to give any names. What would you do to change that squad?
A squad that I don't see. What would I do to change that squad?
What type of advice would you give to them?
My number one thing is go work on synchronization and precision.
Okay.
Go work. Let's work on form.
Basics.
Yes. Let's work on the basics.
The basics. Okay.
Right. Let's work on control. All the basics. That's my biggest thing. If I just don't see it for a squad, I think if you go work on those basic things, you can be good.
Okay.
Real good.
Who are your top 5 dancers?
My top 5 dancers. My top 5 dancers, and I'm going to rank them with numbers.
Okay. Start from the bottom up or the top down?
I can start from the bottom up.
Okay.
Number 5, and which this is an honor for everyone that's going to be watching it.
Okay.
Number 5, I'm going to have to give. You know what? I'm not going to rank them in order. I just changed my mind.
Don't rank them.
Number 5, I'll just say that.
This not in any order.
Yeah, not in any order.
Okay.
Terrell is one of my top 5 dancers.
Okay.
Terrell from Memphis.
Okay.
I must say that I'm really a fan of Terrell. I'm also a fan of Tori.
Okay.
I'm a fan of Tori. Trust me, I've watched Tori since day one. Since I started, I've been twirled by her several times. I tell everybody that that's the reason why, you know, I got to the level where I am now, back in Memphis, Delta 6. Weedy is my number one favorite dancer. I can tell you everyone there right now because that's who trained me. My daughter Dante, that would be the fourth one. And I don't want to leave anyone out because I have a lot of favorites, but there are just certain people that I really like to see.
Honorable mention. Just some girls that you just throw names out.
Well, I gotta give you my
okay,
fifth one.
Your last one, okay.
In my bracket.
Okay.
So I think my fifth one in my bracket would honestly have to be I guess I can give it to Chris from Tokyo Diamonds because she really gives me life. She gives me life. Every time I see her, she sends me. Like, she sends me to another dimension. She just makes me laugh. Like, Chris gives me that extra that I need in a battle, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, bitch, I'm gonna go ahead and go crazy because she out there going crazy.
Right.
That's what I want to do.
Okay.
Other girls that I like to see dance, I am, as far as my overall favorite squad, is 3D.
3D.
Hands down.
Okay. They
would tell you that they didn't do this. I live for Miss 3D. Miss 3D is my mama. They're crazy. Like, I live for them as individuals outside of dancing. That's like the only squad that can really like deal with me and understand me, you know, throughout all of my alter egos.
Okay.
Like, they can deal with me, my attitude, all this and all that.
Okay. You know, Brian also said that he was one of his favorite dancers as well.
Right. And I really do appreciate Brian for that.
Okay.
Like, we do have that understanding. Of course, Craig. I love to see Craig dance. I love Craig's energy. I just love everything about Craig. Another person I want to see that kind of like wandered off the scene, but I want to see them come back to the scene and actually, you know, do some really good things with their team, Infinity, is Bo. Bo has a lot of potential, but I think she kind of strayed away with the ball on the scene. So I'm just going to give Bo time to come back, you know, and, you know, revive herself.
Why did Bo leave Toxic?
Bo left Toxic because she wanted to be captain, and I'm the captain.
Oh, and so you weren't ready to give it up?
No.
You weren't going to give it up? That wasn't an option?
No. We had a meeting about being captain and co-captain and had a few, you know, little miscommunications and, you know, a few people got upset and a few people quit the squad and the squad went on. Okay.
So, when do you think in your head that you'll be ready to give up captain?
I'm actually going to give up captain within the next 2 weeks. I'm thinking about turning the captain position over to Darius. And I'm going to be training Darius to be captain. I'll be dancing on the second row.
With Kitty?
Oh, no. We have 2 more people. So I'll be on the second row. If it is at any given time just 3 of us, I'll be able to tell. We'll be Kitty and Darius on the same row together in order to make it an even balance.
Okay.
So, yeah, Darius will be the new up-and-coming captain.
Wow. And does she know that? Or that?
Yeah, she knows.
Okay. And my last question is, what's something that you want everybody to take away from this? Like, you know, what's something that you want everybody to know about you?
I want everyone to know that on the dance floor, when I'm in Emily and Candice mode, I'm a complete and total asshole. But if you were actually to sit down and really get to know the real me as Ken, you have a clear understanding and know that I'm a really, really, really good person.
Right.
Very, very caring heart. I don't have a bad attitude. I don't be in drama, all that other extra. I just sit at home and honestly, I let the world know that I smoke. So, that's my moment.
And I agree, because I know when I first met you in 2010, when I first met you, I thought you were just the bitch. And now, I call you, I can talk to you on the phone, and we keep cackle, and you know, we have...
A lot of people think that how I am on the floor, they think that's my demeanor all the time.
Right.
Like, a lot of people, on the floor, I have to give you that attitude, because by me... those are my roots and how, you know, how I've been raised. Like, that's just I was raised to be a competitor. Right. I'm highly competitive, and when I'm on the floor, every battle to me is a competition. I don't go to a battle for fun because that's not what we're out here doing this for. I know that this is the hobby, but if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it, and you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna
the right way.
You know, to be the best at it. So that's my whole thing. Oh, and another thing about one of my favorite dancers, Dexter is one of my favorite dancers. Dexter is also somebody that really inspired me because we went to the same high school. Dexter helped me learn how to twirl batons, you know, do pom-pom, all this other extra. So Dexter also had a really, really, really big influence in my dance career.
Okay, Miss Yum Yum Cunt.
Yum Yum Cunt.
Well, Miss Emily, Ken, Mother Milagio, Candice, I want to thank you for having a Malik's moment. And I really enjoyed this.
I've enjoyed it too.